For file challenge number 2, I'm giving you a simpler option if you choose to accept it. And that is, I want you to take any of the apps that we have used before. It has to have more complicated data. So you might think about a list or something like that. I want you to save that data using Pickle and then pull that data back out using Pickle and use it. So a good candidate for this might be your bank account, your ATM app. You had 2 variables there. And you could very easily change that app from using 2 variables to using a dictionary that has a savings entry and a checking entry. So what I'm suggesting is that if you take this, you had FL savings, and you had a number, and you had FL checking, and you had a number, right? Instead of that, I'm suggesting that you alter that app and you say FL or D accounts equals, and you're going to have a savings account, and you have a balance, and you're going to have a checking account, and you're going to have a balance. Okay, so that's a fairly easy modification to make. You're using a dictionary instead. The cool thing about this is if you switch that app over to using a dictionary instead of 2 static variables, you can add additional accounts from that program. So I can have an option in that program now that says add a new account. Give me the name of the new account and it just adds it to the dictionary. So it's extensible now. But what you need to do is you need to figure out when that program starts up, I need to not set these values manually. I need to load them from a file. And then what I would suggest doing is checking to see if the file exists. And if it doesn't, then you create it and save some empty accounts to it. And then from then on, it'll load the data from the file. As long as the file exists, you load it from the file. If it doesn't exist, then you don't load it. You just create it. And then every time you do a deposit or withdrawal, you save that data to the pickle file. So use pickle.dump to save that. So that is the simpler of the two. Neither one is exceedingly simple because we are getting late in the class. We're 2/3 of the way through the modules of the class, so we are getting into the more advanced stuff. This will take some time. It'll take some thinking. Again, I want to really emphasize the importance of planning things out using pseudocode, of doing algorithmic thinking where you're taking a problem that seems complex and you're asking yourself, okay, what are the steps that I need to do to solve that problem? And then you look at the steps and you say, are any of these steps things that I could further break down? You break those steps down until you have a bunch of simple steps. And then you just do those simple steps. Also, remember the Python debugger. Remember the tools that you have available. So these are projects that are getting into more complex sorts of problems. But at this point in the class, that's kind of where we're headed. And so we're starting to use all of these tools that we've learned up to this point. I've given you a lot of little pieces, and now it's time to start putting them together into complex problems. So that's really what programming is taking a bunch of simple things and putting them together creatively to solve problems. So those are the challenges, and that's all the slides I have. So I think I'm done talking. Please ask questions if you have them. And Other than that, you've got lots of time to work today. Hope you take advantage of it. But that's on